Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the concepts from Daniel W. Marshall's highly analytical book, Knowledge Lighthouse. We're setting the stage for how we, actually connect the decentralized world. Because, this is a fascinating look at the hidden mechanics that are literally going to either secure or completely compromise the future of your digital assets. So let's break it all down.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for the explainer. First, the blockchain island problem. Then chain keys and trustless security, followed by bridges, which are versatile but vulnerable. After that, we'll hit the great interoperability trade-off, matching the tech to use cases, and finally wrap up with the unified blockchain future.
All right, Section 1, the blockchain island problem and the limits of siloed networks. So think back to when blockchains first emerged. They were absolutely revolutionary, right? But they kind of acted like isolated islands. They secured data perfectly, but they totally blocked collaboration with one another. Which brings us to this massive, holy grail level question. How do we actually connect these isolated blockchains without sacrificing security? It sounds like a utopian vision, but figuring this out is incredibly tough. Now, as you'll see, we're facing some massive roadblocks to seamless communication here. We've got inherently siloed architectures, totally divergent consensus standards, big scalability limits, and real security risks when moving data cross-chain. But honestly, perhaps the biggest roadblock of all, relying on trusted third parties. Using a middleman completely contradicts the entire core ethos of decentralization, doesn't it?
Moving on to Section 2, chain keys, trustless security, and achieving cryptographic sovereignty.
So you might be wondering, what exactly are chain keys? Well, they're cryptographic keys linked to specific blockchain networks that enable secure, direct, and trustless communication and identity verification, completely without centralized intermediaries. Think of them like immutable digital passports. You don't have to trust some big tech company to verify who you are or what you own, because the math literally does it for you. And this brilliantly illustrates the security advantages of chain keys. Because the interaction is direct, you're eliminating counterparty risk entirely. No middlemen, no extra risk. Plus, they're incredibly resilient to Sybil and replay attacks, all while maintaining your privacy through pseudonymous interactions. Essentially, chain keys keep control exactly where it belongs, strictly decentralized. It's a real game changer for smart contract security. Okay, Section 3, bridges, versatile but vulnerable. The intermediary approach.
Now, while chain keys give us that pure decentralization, blockchain bridges are actually dominating the current market. So what are they? Bridges are intermediary architectures like smart contracts or dedicated networks that facilitate communication, data relay, and asset transfers between disparate blockchains. If chain keys are your digital passports, then bridges are kind of like the physical highways and customs checkpoints handling all the complex translations between borders. Let's logically walk through the mechanics of how a standard bridge actually operates, step by step. First up, oracles retrieve and verify external data. Then, step 2, relayers transmit those transactions across the chains. And finally, step 3, smart contracts lock tokens on one chain and mint the exact equivalent on the other. It's highly efficient for sure, but, you guessed it, it introduces middlemen back into the equation.
If you find this analysis valuable, please like and subscribe to Knowledge Lighthouse to help us bring more truths to light.
All right, jumping into Section 4, the great interoperability trade-off and balancing the trilemma. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is what happens when we pit these two technologies head-to-head. A clear trilemma emerges. On one side, we have chain keys. They are trustless, highly secure, and purely decentralized. But man, they face some serious scalability hurdles and technical complexity. On the flip side, we have bridges, highly scalable and versatile across protocols, but they rely on vulnerable centralized oracles and smart contracts. Let's look at this comparison table. If your primary goal is security and decentralization, chain keys win this hands down, utilizing high cryptographic security, whereas bridges remain vulnerable through their smart contracts. But if you need scalability, say to push a massive volume of transactions, bridges win effortlessly with off-chain processing, while chain keys definitely struggle to keep up. Which brings us to Section 5, matching tech to use cases, because context is king. As we can see from this strategic technology alignment, there really is no one-size-fits-all answer here. For instance, if you're working on identity verification, you're going to favor chain keys for that ultimate privacy. But
managing a global supply chain, you'll absolutely favor bridges for multi-network tracking. And for decentralized finance, or DeFi, well, that requires a hybrid approach. You need chain keys to secure the assets and bridges to provide the scale and speed for token swaps.
And finally, Section 6, the unified blockchain future, looking ahead. Let's move to this timeline and see how this all builds together. In the past, early blockchains were completely isolated, siloed networks. Today, the present, we're in the bridge era, dealing with fragmented intermediary connections. But looking to the near future, Marshall predicts the rise of trustless, cryptographic sovereignty through chain keys. And in the distant future, we're looking at quantum-resistant, zero-knowledge unified ecosystems. I mean, wow, it's an absolutely incredible technological roadmap. So ultimately, the question isn't just about how we connect, but who we trust when we do. Are your future assets going to rely on vulnerable bridges, or will you hold the cryptographic keys to your own sovereignty? For the complete deep dive, own the paperback. Get your high-quality paperback edition on Amazon via the link in the description. Add it to your collection today. Please share this explainer and check the description for more.